I'm making spicy chicken tacos, and the trick to this is to serve the entire meal on a board. And I'm starting with my wet wrap for the chicken. I've just chopped my coriander, and it must be chopped very finely. I'm going to push that aside. First is some smoked paprika. I love bold flavors. Next ingredient is half a teaspoon of chili flakes for some heat. Same amount, half a teaspoon of mustard powder. And I've got my herbs, which I'm going to add into the spice mix. And some garlic. Now, garlic really holds the flavor very well. And I've got some oil, a tablespoon of canola oil, not olive oil, because canola oil can handle the heat far better than olive oil. And now a very, very unusual ingredient, which is a savor thing, is some mayonnaise. Now the mayonnaise will glue and bind everything together and will sit well on the chicken. All right, let's mix that up. And of course, you need some sea salt for some seasoning. So a big pinch of that. Now let's smear everything together. I've got some chicken breasts. I've butterflied the chicken. Literally what I did is to cut it right at the center so that the chicken is nice and thin. That way it marinates far better and it cooks quicker. I'm going to use the back of my spoon to make sure that the chicken is completely covered in this beautiful, tasty rub. All right, this pair of tongs and I have some work to do. I'm going to get the chicken into this pan containing a little olive oil, and I'll cook it for 5 minutes on the one side. Time's up, so over onto the other side for a couple more minutes until cooked through. Now out it comes to rest, and I'll cover it in foil to keep warm. While the chicken rests, I'm going to get the board ready, and it needs nothing more than 2 layers of wax paper. Now I use wax paper because the board is brown and the chicken is brown, and if I put a layer in between, the color will pop more. So here's the chicken. I'm going to cut it into thin slices. I'm slicing the chicken on the board I'm going to serve it on. It saves me the job of having to wash another one later. I'm going to put my board meal together. I've got some hard shell tacos and some salsa. This is a store-bought salsa, and I'm never ashamed of shortcuts. Sour cream. And next is avocado, which has been tossed in lime juice to prevent it from going brown. Some red kidney beans, just gonna place them right here. Some cherry tomatoes, and I've used a mix. I've used some yellow, and I've also used green and normal cherry tomatoes. I've got some fresh limes that I cut up into wedges, some that side and a few this side. Now, while placing everything together, I want to have balance of height and balance of color. So I've got some yellow and some red this side and a bit of green. I've got some deep red, some green and white, and I'm going to balance it out with some yellow. So the cheese goes this side, and a garnish, fresh coriander, almost like dotting it all around. These are regular taco fillings, but the way I've laid them out, they look absolutely stunning and unusual. This looks amazing. Now I'm going to take pictures from my article